craziest, but probably the funnest time of the year in high school basketball. These two programs have been the cream of the crop in the girls' city league here in Boston.
A couple of things to play here. Tonight we got two interesting teams.
Soars again for the two-handed flush. Colby Upchurch out on the break. She gets the basket. There's the foul. Williams for another three.
Over him. Once he gets a step in the lane, he can make it all the way to the hoop.
The Tech Boston Bears are the 2018 Boston City champions. Hello, Boston, and welcome to Taunton High School for the Boys South Division II sectional semifinals. As tonight, the Whitman-Hanson Panthers will be taking on the New Mission Titans. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty, joined by my partner, as always, Alan Platt. And Alan, we're at sort of the third round of the state tournament, sort of the Sweet 16 area of the MIAA State Tournament, semifinals of the sectional, and you start to see teams that have played each other in the past in the tournament because there's a lot of teams that are sort of always in it at this time of the year. These are two teams. Like
and a strange route getting here, actually. I mean, this Whitman-Hanson team knocked off the #1 seed in this bracket.
That's right.
Beat Randolph by 9 points in their last game, so had a chance to talk to Malcolm Smith a couple of minutes before the game, and he's excited but nervous because he knows that Whitman-Hanson is a very, very, very good team, and we're going to talk about one of their kids.
No question. Ben Rice of Whitman-Hanson, probably their most consistent overall score, a big, tall forward for this Panther squad.
He's only a junior, but like you said, he's their best scorer, most definitely the most consistent. Just watching him warm up. Excellent range. He shoots the three ball very deep, but he can also slip inside for the mid-range shot. And I'm sure he uses that height of his to get to the basket. So he's going to be the main challenge for Malcolm Smith defensively tonight.
No question. Now Smith, one of the best, Rice rather, one of the best players for Whitman-Hanson. Coach Rogers mentioned this is one of his most sort of diverse and best overall teams he's had that share the basketball really well. So we'll see that some here tonight against New Mission. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they're sort of one of those teams too. They don't necessarily have a star, but one guy who's been very consistent for them is our spotlight player tonight. That's Saquon Dare, the big fella in the middle.
Yeah, number 0, easy to find and big, strong. We saw him play early in the season. He's a very basic player, nothing fancy at all, like you said, and he's one of the more consistent kids. If he can get inside, well, first of all, if he stays out of foul trouble, that's the very first thing he has to do. But if he stays out of foul trouble, he runs the floor pretty well for a big guy, and getting inside, he can use some of that strength of his to score around the basket.
No question. He's been a double-double machine so far in the tournament for New Mission there. We have a couple of highlights of him in the city championship, and even though they lost, he always gets on the boards, always tries to carve out space inside, and really muscles his way to the basket.
And he loves to, he runs baseline to baseline, which is a big thing for a high school big man to do. Malcolm loves that about him.
No question. 18 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 blocks in the quarterfinals against Westwood. He had 10 of those 18 points in the fourth quarter. So certainly a guy they can feed the ball to late in games, especially if it's close. Now, for more on this game, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Leverett Ball, who's got more on it for us. Leverett, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. So this Whitman-Hanson team is certainly no stranger to postseason basketball. They've actually made the state tournament in each of the past 4 years. Now, their opponent tonight is a familiar one. Whitman-Hanson and New Mission actually faced off in 2016 in the state semifinals. Now, New Mission did go on to win that game, so Whitman-Hanson looks at tonight as an opportunity for redemption. We'll see what they can do. Also, last but not least, happy birthday, Pat. Back to you.
You guys had to sneak that one in there. I'm sure somebody from the truck snuck that one in there. Thanks very much, Leverett.
But more, start singing in a second, but MIAA didn't like that.
I bet. I'm surprised somebody from the truck didn't steal the microphone from the MC. But certainly New Mission playing Whitman-Hanson back in 2016. Not too many players from either of those teams on these squads, but, Coach Rogers, who was with that Whitman-Hanson team. They actually lost to Brighton the following year at the state semifinals as well. So they've lost to 2 city teams late in the state tournament. They don't want it to happen again this year.
I'll tell you, the way that Whitman-Hanson plays, they have enough firepower to really give New Mission a hard time tonight. And like you said, they don't want to lose the city teams three times in a row. No doubt about that.
No question. 2 well-balanced teams going at it here in the sectional semifinals at Taunton High. We're going to head to break. When we come back with the opening tap here between New Mission and Whitman-Hanson right after these words. Don't go away.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can
get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
all of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back to Taunton High School for the Boys South Division II sectional semifinals as the Whitman-Hanson Panthers are taking on the New Mission Titans. We're going to get you the starting lines before we get going here at Taunton. And first up, it's the Panthers as Kelly, Ahern, Levangie, Rice, and Vassell in the middle for Whitman-Hanson. Meanwhile, for New Mission, Salas, Paisley, Marshall, McKinney, and Saquon Dare, the big fella inside for the New Mission Titans. Now, these teams might have changed up the lineups before we got those earlier today, but certainly those are the main guys.
Sometimes coaches get nervous and
I need to be a little quicker.
There you go. Right.
Change stuff up. That looks like those
this
are the
is
starters
some
for New
scene, I'm
Mission.
telling you. This is well, Taunton actually has one of the bigger gyms, so it makes sense that the MIAA would use this for the semifinal and finals.
Crazy here tonight. It's going to be even crazier on Saturday. They'll have 6 sectional finals games, and we will hope to bring those to you live as well. But tonight's the sectional semifinals. New Mission in the white and blue unis, Whitman-Hanson in the black and red uniforms. And we're underway here at Taunton High. The Panthers control the opening tap.
Great man-to-man for the New Mission to start out.
Ahern going to the basket, unable to convert. Rebound for New Mission comes down to Tyrese Marshall.
All the New Mission kids are going to have to go to the rebounds defensively. Of course, McKinney and Dare will do most of it, but everyone has to be involved.
Dare looking to go to work. They're going to call an offensive foul on Saquon Dare.
That little spin move got him in some trouble. He actually had his defender beaten with the first dribble, but with the spin move created the contact.
We'll see Coach Bob Rogers, head coach for Whitman-Hanson. He's had a lot of success in the state tournament, as we mentioned in the open. Certainly wants to continue it tonight. Backdoor pass, somehow found number 21, Cole Levangie, the sophomore, for the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, the reason I mentioned Dare as far as foul trouble, he's starting out the game covering Rice, which is, like you mentioned, is the high scorer for Whitman-Hanson. So Dare's got to be careful in terms of his fouls.
Paisley, top of the key. Unable to convert that jumper. Rice comes away with the rebound for the Panthers.
Big rotation on the offense by Whitman-Hanson.
Rice firing up a 3. That's off the front rim. Whitman-Hanson hangs on to the rebound. That 3 ball is good from the sophomore Cole Levangie. So he's got the 5 first points of the night.
Well, I tell you, New Mission just couldn't react defensively after that offensive rebound by Whitman-Hanson.
Salas gets the ball knocked away. That's going to stay with New Mission.
The ball knocked away, went off the official's foot. Official's part of the court. Situation like that.
Try to feed it inside to Dare, but it's denied by Whitman-Hanson.
Yeah, we always talk about the particular player on a team who needs to score to get the team going. Dare's the guy. They try and get inside to him. Once he gets his first shoot, I think everybody will start to relax a bit.
Salas almost stepped out of bounds to get it inside to Dare, who's now triple teamed. Somehow finds his way to the rim. Put back, that time is good from Saquon Dare.
That's what he does. You mentioned the city championships. I mean, they got beat, but he played strong the entire game.
Going to the basket and getting the foul for Whitman-Hanson is Stevie Kelly.
I tell you, Pat, I think that New Mission's getting surprised by the aggressive going to the basket play by Whitman-Hanson with a man-to-man defense. So I think I'm not sure if we'll see an adjustment right now because Malcolm Smith likes to play aggressive man-to-man. You see the replay again, took a nice bump, and that kind of play, you're going to give him the foul up. You can't get a hoop too.
Kelly completes the 3-point play, so an 8-2 start here for Whitman-Hanson. 2.5 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Dare tries a runner well short. Here comes Whitman-Hanson with a 3-on-2. Rice stops and pops, couldn't hit that jumper, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Whitman-Hanson Panthers. Sorry, that was
off the foot. Yeah, off the foot.
Oh, that is back to New Mission. Excuse me. That was Borgen with the jumper.
New Mission a little shaky with the half-court offense so far. Not a good start for them.
Salas firing up a three off the right side of the rim, and the rebound comes down to Kelly. We always talk about the foreign gyms when you play in the state tournament, and there's so much space from the backboard to the end wall here. Runner no good that time from Kelly as Paisley comes away with a rebound.
That's the second time Kelly with a nice strong move to the basket. Good three for New Mission.
Juan Salas, nothing but net from deep, so cuts the lead down to 3 here in the early goings. Angie got nowhere to go and commits the unforced turnover, so that'll go back to New Mission.
I think he's worried about the 5-second call, so he threw it a little early to his teammate. Off top, it's Malcolm Smith.
Malcolm, a lot of tournament success in the past with East Boston, and now getting his chance with New Mission. They actually lost in the first round last year when he was in his first season as head coach of the New Mission program.
He was telling me he really likes the attitude and the work ethic of this team he has. Not the most physically talented team, but they do work together.
Salas, another open three. That one doesn't fall for him.
That's his shot. He loves those deep corner threes.
Inside to Kelly, and that foul's going to be on the floor.
I tell you, Kelly's creating a lot of problems for New Mission here early on. He's driven to the basket twice, had that three-point play. Now he's drawing another foul inside.
Shahid Allen Paisley's first personal foul, third team foul for New Mission. Stolen away by Allen Paisley. He's going to try for a jumper. That one off the back iron. Rice stopping short and scoring off the window.
Took advantage of the size mismatch before Dare could get over there to help out.
McKinney launches from downtown and buries it for the Titans.
Salas made one earlier, but now McKinney, even with his size, he's able to step out and shoot threes.
Back to a 2-point game as we come up on 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Another three fired by Whitman-Hanson. McKinney trying for the rebound, and that's going to go back to New Mission.
Couple of subs for Whitman-Hanson coming in. Mission's trying to get their three-point game warmed up. They got, like I said, Salas had a couple of looks. McKinney is his only shot so far. He'll get a lot more shots. He likes the top of the key or the deep wings.
Up the up fake, and that foul should be on the floor before Marshall could attempt a shot.
I was waiting for the Mission to give a head and shoulders fake and go to the basket. They just thrown up a bunch of threes so far. Give him that fake of the shot, create some contact.
McKinney buries another one. He's got 2 threes now for New Mission.
Wing.
Gives them their first lead of the quarter.
He lost the ball. Oh, looked like he lost it.
New Mission now 3 for 4 from 3 after Salas hit that first one.
Second foul on Dare.
Swan's going to have to sit. Etowah Heckerman going to come in for Saquon Dare. here with 2:14 left to go in the first quarter.
Let's see how it's changed the defensive assignments.
Stolen away by Alan Paisley. He's got Salas, who tries a runner. And back comes Whitman-Hanson. Rice gonna fire for 3. Short on that one. Rebound comes down to McKinney.
Mission loves the open floor if they can get down or quick enough.
Salas. Feed inside as Levangie once again scores off the window, off the feed from Whitman-Hanson.
Both teams sticking with straight man-to-man here in the first quarter. A little too much on that pass, trying to get the ball inside. Looking for Marshall.
Minute 10 left to go here in the first quarter. 1-point lead for Whitman-Hanson on top of New Mission, 12-11. Rice loses it out of bounds. That'll go back to the Titans.
Wholesale substitutions now for Whitman-Hanson. The whole entire 5 comes off the field. Whitman-Hanson's going to go to some full court pressure now because they've got fresh legs in there. Press breaker for Mission.
Salas is going to be whistled for the trap.
Lost is still too bad too because he actually had a step angle to the basket. Both teams going with full court pressure now.
Mission doing a good job with the press.
Whitman-Hanson forced to call timeout.
Absolutely.
That time they were totally aggressive. What I mean is that they're going to double work. Whenever the ball goes near the sideline, the double comes automatically. New Mission doubled here on the left side, and then when the ball went cross court, they doubled on the right side, forcing the timeout call.
48 seconds, or excuse me, that's the timeout clock. But just under a minute left to go here in the first quarter. 1-point lead for Whitman-Hanson. Both these teams are sort of making their run. It's
no doubt.
Big run in the first, 8-2 run rather in the first couple of minutes for Whitman-Hanson. Meanwhile, New Mission comes right back.
Three-pointers, brought them right back in the game.
Right. It was really New Mission who came back with the threes, and it was Whitman-Hanson who had a few more baskets inside. Normally, you'd think it's the other way around.
That's what we expected, the exact opposite. But Rice, I think, has only had 1 shot for Whitman-Hanson so far. And meanwhile, you have McKinney, who's hit 2 threes, and we have Salas hit a 3. So Malcolm Smith will take it. I mean, they all count, so he'll definitely take it.
Levangie with 7 points to lead all scorers. The sophomore from Whitman-Hanson. Levangie gets fouled at the top of the key by Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall's got to watch their forearm. There might be 2 on him, actually.
So Marshall heads to the bench as Abubakar Aiden comes in for New Mission.
Now, usually when Aiden comes in, he jacks up some threes.
That's right.
So let's see if this happens tonight.
And he jacks him up about 5 or 6 feet behind the line.
Right. Good defense.
McKinney couldn't quite hang on to it, so he'll stay with Whitman-Hanson. 18 seconds left on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock.
Hayden did a good job defensively, moved his feet and actually created that almost turnover.
Talk on it.
Free ball from the corner, no good. And Rice comes back with a 3 for the Panthers.
Well, you knew it was coming, just a matter of time.
4-point lead for Whitman-Hanson. Salas gets fouled on the floor.
I like his drive, though. He drove to the basket and was able to draw a foul.
It's the second team foul on Whitman-Hanson. So the Titans have 1.3 seconds to get a shot off before the end of the quarter.
Catch and shoot.
Salas does not hit the three, but they whistle a foul on Whitman-Hanson, so Juan's going to get 3 free throws before the end of the quarter. So you mentioned the drive to get the first foul. That sets up the shot and the foul for Juan Salas.
So smart play by Salas. He knew he had to catch and shoot with only a second to go. Coach Bob Rogers very upset with that one.
Salas hits the first. We'll have one more.
Yeah, 2 more actually.
I'm sorry, you're right. He's shooting the 3.
Well, if Salas gets that stroke going for New Mission, that's going to be a major offensive weapon for them.
Yeah, we mentioned Dare
a sophomore
as a spotlight player. Salas is probably the best scorer on the team. Goes 3 for 3 from the free throw line, cuts the Whitman-Hanson down to 1 here at the end of 1 from Taunton High School in the Division II South Sectional semifinals. Folks, going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter here on Game of the Week right after these words.
Green hat, red hat, oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt, oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants, oops.
Welcome back to Taunton High School for the Boys South Sectional semifinals, as the Whitman-Hanson Panthers lead the New Mission Titans 15-14. New Mission starts the second quarter with the basketball. Just down by 1 after 3 free throws at the end of the quarter by Juan Salas.
Now, New Mission's out here with couple of sophomores on the floor. They come in with the ball and it's a travel. But I was going to say this is a key point in the game, because with Dare sitting down with the 2 fouls, it's a matter of how long do you let him sit, because you need his size and his aggressive play.
We mentioned the youth of New Mission. They have a lot of sophomores, as the backdoor cut to Rice results in a basket.
McKinney just got caught totally flat-footed, got beat that backdoor.
Whitman-Hanson also very young, as Aiden fires one from deep. Put back no good from a Hickman, and the rebound this time comes down to Colby Ahern. That goes out of bounds. That'll go back to the Titans. We mentioned Youngson.
Yeah, they have a tough time with the half-court set. They have 3 unforced turnovers, and then there's 3 others that the defense from New Mission forced.
McKinney, corner 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Hickman, dumps it down to McKinney, who couldn't finish the layup.
Gotta have those. And Hickman doing a good job. I mentioned this sophomore getting the offensive rebound. And McKinney can't give up a silly foul here after missing that layup.
Rice to the corner. Levangie off the up fake. Clear path to the bucket.
We've seen New Mission players get beat off the dribble, straight line to the basketball 4 times so far.
Salas going to fire a 3, that off the back iron. Malcolm Smith's the defensive coach. You know he doesn't like the defense right now.
And then, of course, it turns into quick shot offense, which you don't like either.
Kelly gets fouled on his way to the rim.
I think it's Aiden.
That's the 6th team foul on Whitman-Hanson, so one more, they'll be in the bonus. Short basket, no good inside that time from Max Borgen. And quickly down the floor go the Titans. Off the crossover, nice pass to Salas from Abukar Aiden.
Yeah, I think that, scouting report said when Aiden gets it, he's going to shoot. Instead, he put it on the floor, found Salas cutting from the weak side. Good play by the sophomore.
Levangie was wide open inside. Couldn't hang on to the pass.
Sometimes you want to be lucky than good. Aiden gets beat defensively, but the bad pass turns into a steal and a hoop.
And a bucket.
Always want to be more lucky than good, right?
That's right. Now Aiden's feeling good. He's got that assist and then the layup to get New Mission back to within 1.
Gotta stop getting beat on that backdoor cut, though.
Rice gonna fire a 3. Tries to get his own rebound. Here comes New Mission. Ball tapped away by Kelly.
That's a good foul by Aiden accidentally, because I don't think he realized that Rice was under the hoop by himself. If he could have gotten the pass, even though it's 1-1, Malcolm Smith will take that foul. It's interesting, both the point you made earlier, Pat, about how the offense is like the opposites. We would have thought more outside shooting from Whitman-Hanson and more driving to the basket, but it's been totally the opposite. That's why Whitman-Hanson is in the bonus already.
Yeah, Stevie Kelly's been very aggressive going to the rim for the Panthers as he converts the front end of the 1-and-1. One shot, Vincent. Kelly no good on the second. A 2-point lead here for the Whitman-Hanson Panthers as Aiden buries a deep 3.
I mean, that was close to the sideline pass. It was almost out of bounds.
That was close to Bridgewater.
You talk about deep ones. Wow. The 2 solids. Another steal by Aiden. Let's see if Hickman can finish.
Hickman picks up the loose ball now to McKinney. Aiden from the other corner. You betcha.
Either side.
He has had a heck of a couple of minutes here for the New Mission Titans.
And don't forget, it all started with him getting beat on defense with backdoor layup.
Rice. Once again, no good from deep.
This sophomore, since he's been in the game, hasn't scored, but he has 5 rebounds already in his little stretch. So now you're talking about Aiden's hit a couple of 3s. McKinney has a couple of 3s. Salas started the game with the 3. You see Coach for Whitman-Hanson trying to figure out what's going on here, Reed. Well, the net has to be fixed. Bob Rogers is, I think he's as confused as Malcolm Smith is at this point. They're both like, what's going on?
Like, we've never seen this before from our guys. New Mission on a 6-0 run right now that has given them a 4-point lead here midway through the second quarter.
It's interesting how you can spread a defense out when you have such deep shooters.
Aiden, step back 3 with the heat check.
That's exactly what it is, Pat. That's exactly what that one was.
Man, Abukar Aiden is feeling good. 3 for 3 from deep. He's also got another bucket, so 11 points here in the first half for Abukar.
He likes this gym so much. Malcolm better watch out. He may want to transfer to Taunton.
Yeah, right. In his junior year.
I'm telling you.
9-0 run here for the New Mission Titans, and our sideline reporter Leverett Ball's got an update for us. Leverett, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. So during that last timeout, Coach Smith told this New Mission team that they need to mix things up a little bit more offensively. They have been effective to this point, shooting the ball from 3-point range, but he doesn't want them to become too predictable. He kept saying over and over again, move the ball and drive. This New Mission team has a number of players who are very effective driving to the basket, and he wants them to take advantage of that. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Leverett. And
sounds real good. I don't think Aiden heard any words of that.
No, I don't think he's going to try to do any of that.
I don't think he heard a bit of that.
Not at all. 7-point lead here for New Mission. Folks, you want to follow us for Game of the Week. Follow us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GameOfTheWeekBoston. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. 3:53 left to go here in the second quarter. 7-point lead right now for the New Mission Titans, who are currently on a 9-0 run over the Whitman-Hanson Panthers.
Most of the bench. Yeah, Ekerman's come in and with 5 rebounds, and he had like the threes you mentioned with 8. Aiden just got a reaching foul there, though.
Levangie, the sophomore, now shooting a 1-on-1 for Whitman-Hanson. And he knocks down the first. Ends the 9-0 run for the Titans.
We've got 3:48 to go before halftime, so the Titans have to be smart about these fouls off the ball. Everything's bonus for the rest of the half.
2 for 2 from the line is Levangie. 5-point lead for the Titans. McKinney going to fire from deep. Fight for the rebound inside.
Ekerman again, he was actually boxed out on that one, but good effort. The held ball will go back to Whitman-Hanson.
Levangie. Amato.
It's a travel there. Yeah, good defense. Moving your feet.
8 turnovers now for Whitman-Hanson here in the first half.
Paisley, Alan Paisley created that travel with the good defensive pressure. Trying going inside to the sophomore.
Hickerman, good swing. Aiden again. 4 threes now for the sophomore shooting guard from New Mission. Gonzalez picks up his 5th assist on that basket. Rice off the crossover, gets it to go.
Nice move by Rice, under control the whole time.
Gonzalez coming right back.
Let's force that one.
Kelly with a clear lane out of the corner. 3-pointer on the way and good from Colby Ahern.
It all came off that bad shot by Salas. Much too quick.
Cuts it down to a 3-point lead. Aiden fouled at the top of the key.
I like the fact that Aiden that time actually drove the basketball, even though he'd been hitting those threes. A little tricky dribble there. There's the reach.
Kinney with an off-balance shot. Rebound comes down to Kelly. Looking for Levangie inside, and the pass was well
good
ahead
idea,
of
but it went out of bounds, bounced out of bounds. A little off balance in the air. The Missions they've got to realize that when they take a quick shot on offense or a bad shot, it comes right back to hurt them. Steal.
Kelly off the steal. Scores the hoop inside for the Panthers.
Back to a 1-point game.
Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
So this 3-2 zone for Whitman-Hanson is taking away those open threes by New Mission.
Aiden that time short with the 3. Salas trying for the putback. He got fouled on the floor.
Okay, now that'll be a 6th team foul on Whitman-Hanson, which means that this last 142, both teams will be shooting bonus. Nice job by Salas to use his quickness to get the offensive rebound.
Salas off the up fake, and he's whistled for the walk.
Xavier Baker in now for New Mission. Giving Aiden a break. Nice steal by Salas.
Yeah, he's got a Hickerman on the break. Back down the other end is Ahern. He's got to slow it up. Vanji. Amato for three, and he buries it. Nate Amato, the sophomore.
Back to a tie game. Both teams now using the three-pointers.
McKinney corner three. Under a minute to go here in the first half, and we got a foul by New Mission in the backcourt.
Yeah. Like I said, back to the line.
So Edo Hickman committing that foul. So Nate Amato now at the free throw line shooting 1-and-1. Knocks down the first.
Now just drilled a three-pointer. Now a chance to have a little 5-point run here in the last 10 seconds.
It's the second, so the sophomore comes through at the free throw line. He's now going to get a breather at the end of the first half. Checking on the ball game for the first time is Liam Keene. Two-point lead here for Whitman-Hanson.
Now with Aiden out of the game, Whitman-Hanson goes back to man-to-man. I don't think we'll see that zone again until Aiden gets back in the game.
Free ball up and good there for New Mission. Knocking it down is Xavier Baker.
Yeah. Shot that with confidence.
Rice is whistled for the travel.
Yeah, he had that last step come down before the ball, let the ball go. So you got New Mission they watch the clock, they can play for the last shot. Aiden back in the game. Yeah, here he comes, okay.
So Alan Paisley heads to the bench. Aiden back in for the last 18 seconds of the first half.
Aiden will get it, he'll control this.
He might launch one after it passes the logo.
The problem is there's no clock that he can see, so they're going to yell out for him.
What'd I tell you?
Oh, yeah.
That three no good from Aiden, and Whitman-Hanson with a chance. And that is going to do it for the first half here at Taunton High as the Whitman-Hanson Panthers lead the New Mission Titans 35-34. Heck of a first half here. Several lead changes, a lot of up and down action, but you know, like we mentioned, coming in, we thought New Mission would be the team that scored inside a little more. We thought Whitman-Hanson would be the team that would be shooting more threes, and it's been the opposite so far.
Yeah, but I think the coaches at this point are okay because they had to make some adjustments, both offense and defense. We saw Whitman-Hanson, once Aiden started hitting threes, they went to the 3-2 zone. Once he went out of the game, they went back to the man-to-man. That's what they want to play. They want to play man-to-man. For New Mission, I think they got a break that there, even though he got his 2 fouls, didn't have to go back in the game.
That's right.
And they were able to use their outside shooting to keep the game very, very close.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments they make. The head coach of New Mission, Malcolm Smith, is now with our sideline reporter, Leverett Ball. Leverett, take it away.
Thanks, guys. So first off, Coach, it's obviously been a back-and-forth half. What adjustments, if any, does your team need to make moving forward?
Well, we got to be a lot tougher than what we're doing right now. Every 50-50 ball, we had 5 50-50 balls. We came up 0 for 5 on that. The other thing is we got to do a lot of better job on talking on defense. All right, this team's picking us apart offensively right now. We work very hard during the week, you know, on our defensive concepts to stop that right now. We got to stop being a lot tougher right now. Now it's a little tough right now. I got 2 of my guys who are in foul trouble with 3 phantom fouls out of 4, but what have you. You know, I can't complain about that, but I will. But the bottom line is that we got everyone coming back in the second half, but we got to be a lot tougher. We got to move the ball a lot more. I wanted to be a little conservative on the offensive end, but I see as the game goes right now, you got to make the adjustments. We got to start the move.
And you mentioned that a couple of your players are in foul trouble. How much does your bench depth help you in a situation like that?
Well, right now, this is the best that they've played all year, because usually our bench is averaging only 11 points per game. Right now, they came up with 21, you know, of our 35 points, you know what I mean? But I don't know how long we can hold on to it, you know, with the bench. So we got to get our starters back in. But these refs got to let us play a little bit now right here. You know, that phantom foul, you know, on Saquon Dan, you know, we're legless without him.
All right, well, Coach, thank you for your time and best of luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Leverett. Always an honest interview with Malcolm Smith.
You got to like Malcolm's interpretations, right?
Absolutely.
He'll ask him one question, and he'll create 3 more with the answers. Right.
No question.
Which is fine.
Content creator
that
is
works
Coach
for us.
Smith.
That works for us.
He hits to the
but
locker
he did
room.
make 2 good points. He made 2 excellent points. What I talked about earlier about Dare is the one player that Malcolm believes is going to be tough on both ends of the floor. He runs to both baselines. He can play inside. That's why I was a little surprised that Malcolm actually put him on Rice to start the game.
That's right.
But in fact, it wasn't Rice that he got the 2 fouls. They were like Malcolm says, he says phantom fouls, right? But when he has his starters back in, we'll see exactly how the Whitman-Hanson offense makes the adjustments. Because, no one thought that the bench for New Michigan would come up with 21 points like Malcolm said.
That's right, not even their head coach.
He's realistic enough to know, okay, I can't expect that the second half. I've got to get more stable offense from my starters. So he's in there yelling at them, but what he's talking about is getting beat defensively, backdoors at least 5 times. And like he said, he counted his own 50-50 balls as 5 of them, and he says his team got none of them. So
right.
He's telling them that. He's telling them, stop swiveling your heads. Keep your head so you can see the man and the ball at all times so you don't get beat backdoor, because that's what Whitman-Hanson does. That's part of their bread and butter.
No question. If Michigan wants to go back to fundamentals, especially defensively, if they want to continue to be successful in the second half. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our halftime stats along with a couple of highlights for us right after this. Make sure you stick around.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely. We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates, our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
With the groove, show move, keep it smooth as I bust the move. Where you step in swiftly, you with me, keep up. If not, just stop, pop a spot, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spell of me. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater. You thinking you a treat, cause you're sweet, but I'm sweeter. Leader of the pack, cause they all stay behind me. I'm old school, you don't skip tracks, you rewind me. Find me, working on my craft.
Welcome back to Taunton High School at halftime of the boys South Division II sectional semifinals. The Whitman-Hanson Panthers are currently down by 1 against the New Mission Titans, 35-34. And we're going to take a look at the halftime stats here before we get going in the third quarter. And first up, it's going to be Whitman-Hanson.
Well, Levangie, like you said, got off to a great start. Has 11 points for them. Rice, slow start, but ended the half with a couple of threes and has 9 points. Rebounding, 3 and 3 for Kelly and Lewis, and the assists in the backcourt, Kelly and Lewis also have 2 apiece.
Let's take a look at the New Mission stats.
Well, off the bench, firing the threes. It's like what you say, as soon as you stepped over half court, right. Aiden, 14 points in that first half. Salas has 8. Also, Eckerman has 5 big rebounds. The sophomore coming off the bench, big help for New Mission in that second quarter. McKinney, 3 rebounds. Salas with 6 assists, even though he's usually a starting shooter. And then Marshall had a couple of assists also. So it's interesting half, really fun game for a sectional semifinal. Both teams really going at it, forcing the coaches to make adjustments to what they see out there. You got to like the fact Whitman-Hanson, after Aiden hit his third one, they went right to that 3-2 zone to make sure they take away, even though he's shooting them deep, you can still close out much easier if you're in that zone. Because he's a little tricky dribbler. He can beat man-to-man. So whenever he's in the game, look for Whitman-Hanson to go to that zone. Meanwhile, for Malcolm Smith, he's just telling his kids, listen, you guys got to play more aggressive. You got to go after loose balls, and let's get some of those, like you said, 50-50 balls that are just out there free. Let us get some of those.
We got some highlights of Abukar Aiden there from the first half, and when he came off the bench, he was a spark plug to say the least.
Well, that's the closest shot he made. Here comes the threes. He comes off the bench, that's what he does. Quick hands, a nice steal. He actually gave his sophomore teammate a chance for a layup, but it didn't work out that way. So he comes back and shoots the deep 3 from that right corner. This one here, now the defender doesn't expect to have him step back like that. So that's why I think it was after that one they went to the zone. Because there's a timeout call in the 3-2 zone, but still, he comes so far out. That's the one I said he was close to being out of bounds. That's how far away he was toward the sideline. So there's really not much defense for that. Zone, man-to-man, whatever. But again, realistically, Malcolm Smith, he told us, he said, listen, I can't expect that same production from the bench the second half.
No question.
Our starters have to get us back into the game.
No question. We'll see what kind of adjustments both these teams make. You got to think Whitman-Hanson is going to make some adjustments.
Get the ball to Ben Rice.
That's right. Because Rice, that first half, not a lot of clean looks for him either. I mean, he had a couple of threes, but for the most part, not a lot of looks that you think that the team's top scorer would try to be able to get first.
But they'll get him more shots this half, I'm sure. I mean, you can tell he had a nice play where he was under control, went to the basket. He hit a 3, like you said, right near the end of the second quarter. So I'm sure that Coach Rogers has figured out some things that they've done during the season to get Ben Rice some open looks.
Just about set to start the third quarter here at Taunton High. 1-point lead for New Mission coming out of the half. You see Ben Rice.
I like the fact
somewhat of a quiet first half.
I was going to say he's sort of patient. He's not forcing anything. He had his other teammates. Levangie had a nice start, so he just let him get the ball, let him continue.
Well, Coach Rogers has mentioned this is one of his most balanced teams he's had in a long time. So if Rice doesn't come up with the scoring, he's got plenty of other guys that can do it. New Mission starting off the half with the ball. Salas for 3, and he buries it.
New Mission players love those deep wings. Straight man-to-man still for New Mission.
Kelly with the basket inside for the Panthers.
We saw Kelly drive at least 3 times in the first half. Good strong drives, drew fouls. Gonna be a travel there too. A little over anxious. Starting the third quarter, you had a really active first half. Both teams, guys are getting up and down. Not that many stoppages in play until the second quarter, but it's going to be a matter. Can this man-to-man defense for New Mission and White keep the ball back to it again?
And that time it's to Rice for the easy bucket. ties it up at 38 here with a minute gone by in the third quarter.
Yeah, Dare just fell asleep on that one. They're going to double Dare whenever he gets it away from the block.
Salas trying to score inside, can't do it. And there's a tie-up, and that's going to go back to Whitman-Hanson.
Risky, but good defense by Dare.
Yeah, Dare sat for all the second quarter and a couple of minutes of the first after picking up his 2 fouls. Still covering Ben Rice. Shot clock down to 7. Kelly looking to go to work. Amadou fires up a random 3. Almost went in for him. Put back no good from Levangie. Kelly comes away with the loose ball. It's knocked off the leg of Max Borgen. So that'll go back to New Mission.
Yeah. Dare was able to get a hand in there. Dare's playing a little frustrated. Like you said, he sat the entire second quarter, and he's getting double teamed whenever he touches the ball on the baseline. He's going to have to work to get a little deeper. He did that time. That's exactly what he has to do. Get right on that block, spread himself out, make himself a target. Nice pass.
Big feed inside. Alan Paisley couldn't finish. Rice with the rebound.
Didn't quite catch it clean. Too bad.
Rice off the spin move. Rice, good feed inside. Borger couldn't finish underneath, and here comes Alan Paisley. Salas, deep 2, no good.
I see the ball.
Nothing but nylon from 3 is Max Borgen.
Three-point lead now for Whitman-Hanson.
First hoop for Borgen. As the Mission tries to feed it inside to Dare, Borgen's going to get whistle for the first foul. Second personal foul on Borgen, second team foul for Whitman-Hanson.
After that three-pointer to open the half for Salas, there's a 7-0 run for Whitman-Hanson, and now it's another travel on Salas. Some anxiety, but at the same time, you got to, in the second half, you got to slow down, play your own game. Yeah, you want to make a nice move, but just put the dribble down. It's been called for a
Whitman-Hanson seems to be speeding up their offense, and it's almost like throwing New Mission off.
Okay, now we're seeing New Mission going to some zone action. This is like a...
Another 3-ball good from Borgen. Good swing from Levangie.
Back-to-back 3-pointers. Those 6 points gives them a 6-point lead. Backdoor play.
Salas straight to the goal.
First time we've seen New Mission get a backdoor layup.
Amadou.
Nice job. Wow.
Reverse lay-in no good from Nate Amadou.
That's a really nice move.
There inside, gets the basket
Finally.
and the foul.
Finally. He's been playing pretty frustrated this whole time.
He has.
Nice move inside, little, what do you call it, a half hook.
Those are the type of shots he likes to make. Here you get another look at it.
That's inside, no contact. Nice little flip. Dave Malcolm say at halftime, he dares our legs. So you gotta have him out there.
Checking into the ball game for the first time for Whitman-Hanson. is number 25, Jonathan Zayden, as Morgan has to sit with 3 fouls. They're unable to complete the three-point play. Wide open underneath, but a block inside by McKinney. They're looking for position inside.
Nice try. Nice try.
Alan Paisley couldn't finish it, but he's going to get 2 free throws.
He had his head up. He was looking the entire time, but meantime, his quick dribble got him to the baseline. Watch the straight line to the hoop. Bad luck with the rim, but I know Malcolm Smith wants to see that. That's exactly what he wants to see from his offense. And all those threes in the first half, they're fun to watch and they help give him a little lead, but he knows basic basketball is going to win this game.
You always hear that saying, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. If you just keep jacking them up.
Eventually they stop going in.
Right. Paisley hits 1 out of 2 for the Titans, cuts the lead down to 1 here with 3:25 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Malcolm Smith took a timeout. I think he wants to do 2 things. He might actually throw in a different defense now because he's seen Whitman-Hanson go to the deep corner 3. They've also seen the continuing backdoor cuts. So I think he's going to do 2 things in his timeout. He's going to maybe try something new defensively, but more importantly, on offense, he wants to see more drives. Alan Paisley, what he just did, he's going to tell the rest of his players, do the same thing we just saw him do. If he can't get it inside, timeout was called by New Mission. If you can't get the ball inside to Dare on the block, kick it back out to the wing, drive to the basket.
One-point lead for Whitman-Hanson right now, who has really sort of sped up the game. They seem to get down the floor quick, and then they sort of stop and reassess. They don't necessarily just try to fly up and down the court with transition offense. Folks, if you want to follow us on social media, you can certainly follow us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GameOfTheWeekBoston. A lot of good stuff up there. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW.
One-point game. Good competition for a semifinal sectional.
We've had a lot of back and forth lead changes throughout. So Vanjie, nowhere to go with it. Now to Amato, it's pulled away by McKinney.
I was just going to say, quick switching on that man-to-man.
Marshall, whistle for the foul. A couple of New Mission players have done that, where they've caught the pass, shuffled their feet, and then taken a step.
Both teams have been guilty of those travel calls. New Mission a couple of times more, but if the corner that tight, the players got to adjust to it. A good double team. Oh, it's going to be a foul. That was a good double team there. Yeah, Paisley.
Alan Paisley whistle for that foul. Hits his third. So
okay, here comes Aiden.
Aiden coming back in as Paisley heads to the bench. That whole thing about the basic offense might go out the window now that Abubakar Aiden's back in.
You know he's going to throw one up. So if it goes in, then he'll keep shooting.
Kelly, nice feed inside.
Nice steal by Aiden.
Solace from deep. Kelly with a steal from Dare and the putback from the New Mission senior.
Those are the kind of plays that Malcolm Smith loves out of Dare. Even though he's one of your big guys, he's got quick hands. It's coming to McKinney on a blocking foul.
This is the first personal foul for Mike McKinney. 1-point lead for New Mission coming up on 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
mentioned calling it close. That's really close. So Salas will get hit for another foul.
Coming in the ball game for the first time is Ryan Schweddy.
Talk about going deep into the bench. I mean, he may have played everybody by now.
Pretty much the whole roster.
Yeah, because he came in with a whole new 5 in the second quarter. Now we've seen 2 players now who weren't in the first, didn't play in the first half at all.
That one just didn't fall inside for for Schweddy.
Driving kick. There you go.
Dare nowhere to go. Now back inside to McKinney. Tries a tough runner. Can't hit it high off the glass. That goes out of bounds. Back to Whitman-Hanson.
One-point game. Winding down this third quarter. New Mission in white is actually the 5 seed, and Whitman-Hanson is the 8 seed.
It shows you how.
Yeah, but as I mentioned earlier, Whitman-Hanson beat the 1st seed.
That's right, Randolph.
to get themselves to this game.
It's so hard to do the seeding. You know, they just basically go by record. There's no sort of weighted wins or anything like that they try to do in football. And sometimes the 1 seed, if they play in a less difficult league, they're just not necessarily the best team in that bracket.
There you go.
And then you have teams, we saw it on the girls' side too. We saw like a Bishop Fenwick team on the girls' side who plays
knocked off Latin Academy.
That's
right.
A
great season.
In that really tough league that they play in. And it just shows you how competition in your league changes a lot. Nice pass inside to Dare for the basket and the foul.
You know, we talk a lot about Aiden with his 3-point shots, but he can pass the ball. He's had a couple of steals defensively. He wants the tricky dribble between the legs to beat the defense and find his big teammate underneath like he's supposed to be. Beautiful bullet pass.
Dare completes the 3-point play. Kelly off the up fake. He's going to be whistled for the walk.
Good defense, good help, because Aiden took a chance reaching behind, and his teammate bailed him out by closing down that baseline.
They're trying to go to work, and he lost it out of bounds.
Malcolm Smith just wants to tell Dare, listen, if you're going to go, go.
Right,
stop playing around and throwing the ball out of bounds.
Right, when you're that type of player, there's no reason for him to dribble that long in the corner. Salas trying to get the steal. Kelly.
Oh, nice. Hickman
gets it poked away. And Hickman gets it swiped away. He was looking for the flush.
I like that. I like his hustle. He's coming in the right pad. He was lined up for that one. That was going to be right in front of us.
Hickman can get up too. His head was almost at the back.
You're a sophomore.
.30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Hickman comes up short. Chases after the loose ball for New Mission. Over to Aiden. Back to Salas. Corner 3. Short with it. That's going to be a foul on New Mission. We'll see who it's on. It's on a Hickman.
I like the way he's working on both ends. Malcolm was out talking to the official. He didn't like that call at all. And like you mentioned, his jumping ability. He looked like he went straight up and just got the ball.
10 seconds left to go in the quarter. 4-point lead for New Mission. Kelly.
Good pressure by Eden.
Trying to go all the way to the basket. Heck of a drive there from Stevie Kelly. Cuts the lead down to 2. And at the end of 3 here at Taunton High School, Boys South Division II sectional semifinals. New Mission on top by 2 over Whitman-Hanson. It's going to be a great fourth, folks. Make sure you stick around.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome to Taunton High School, Boys South Division II sectional semifinals. 2-point lead for New Mission. Our sideline reporter, Leverett Ball, has a report. Leverett, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. So during that last timeout, Coach Smith repeatedly told his New Mission team that they need to do a better job in transition defense. He kept using the word sprint, sprint over and over again. He doesn't want his guys standing around and celebrating after baskets. And in the postseason, it's the little things like defensive hustle that can be the difference between winning and losing. Guys?
Thanks very much, Leverett. We saw a little bit more of New Mission going after those 50-50 balls, hustling. We saw Hickman coming up with a loose ball.
He's 14 and White has been the one player who's consistently been doing that for New Mission the entire game. And that's why he's getting so many minutes. I mean, he's affecting this game without doing much scoring at all. It's interesting. You have Whitman-Hanson staying with the man-to-man, even with Aiden out there. Aiden and Salas, the 2 3-point shooters.
Salas, no good. Put back from Marshall, somehow squeezes it home.
With long arms. That's how he squeezed it. Long arms and good hands.
First basket for Marshall in this one. Kelly again straight to the basket. He's
fouled
on the floor.
I think Aiden's going to do a better job. I mean, Kelly does have a quick dribble, but he's beaten Aiden about 4 or 5 times this game. So he just quick dribble. Lucky that foul was called on the floor. Got a hold.
So Marshall whistle for the foul. That's his 3rd personal foul. 6-team fouls. So both teams have 6 fouls now. Each team will be shooting 1-and-1 on the next one. Dare inside to Marshall. He couldn't quite hang on to it. Somehow New Mission hangs on. Dare chases it down. Aiden for 3. You betcha.
The New Mission kids know when there's a scramble like that, if we get it, look to the corners. Aiden will be there waiting for the ball to let it fly. That's in another timeout. I think now we're going to see some zone for Whitman-Hanson as long as Aiden stays in the game. The problem with Malcolm Smith at this point is that Aiden's making himself a defensive liability, but he keeps getting beat off the dribble. Can't have that because it breaks down your interior defense. But if he puts a little more effort into defense, he can stay out there and get some of those offensive shots.
7-point lead for New Mission.
Watch the scramble. The idea, like you mentioned, Hickman, good job. Sophomore to sophomore.
You see Malcolm Smith talking to his squad.
See, the thing is, Malcolm knows that the threes are great, but we've got to do some other things better. They've definitely done a better job of going after loose balls this 3rd quarter. That's an improvement from the first half. It also really helps to have the big fella in there, to have Dare back in there for this 3rd quarter. It's been a major help defensively.
Abukar Aiden now 5 for 6 from three-point land for New Mission. He's given them a 7-point lead. Out of the timeout, Levangie scores inside.
He had that 11 points in the first half.
Aiden now in the drive inside to Marshall again.
Nice assist by Aiden. Use his own quick dribble to beat the defender and open up his teammate on the baseline.
Ball's poked away. That's going to stay with the Panthers.
I hope I'm saying his name right because he's doing a whole lot. Hickman he's been amazing. I'll apologize now to the family if I'm not saying it correctly.
I think we're pretty close. As Levangie scores again inside for Whitman-Hanson.
I tell you, coming in
sophomore.
He has been their leading scorer a couple of times, but he's coming up big here.
Dare inside. Muscles his way in, but couldn't finish. Rice going to work. Turnaround jumper doesn't fall for him. Here comes Aiden. Now double teamed over on the wing. He's going to call a timeout. So New Mission calls a timeout. 5:53 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And Whitman-Hanson's not going away.
Oh no, I mean it's the semifinals. And they knocked off the #1 seed, Randolph. To get here. As a matter of fact, they beat him by like 9 points. So they know it's going to be an ebb and flow type of game. Both coaches realize it. It's just a matter of, okay, can we get enough stops and can we get enough good shots? That's what it all comes down to.
We mentioned how young New Mission is. They got a lot of sophomores and juniors that contribute. Most of the Whitman-Hanson Panthers are juniors and sophomores, and they're a young team as well. So you don't necessarily have that senior that's saying this could be my last game. It's almost like these two teams don't know any better. They're just
they have the ball. When I talked to Malcolm Smith, he said, as far as he was concerned, he's as surprised at this run as anybody. I mean, they came in as the 5th seed, so they got a bye in the first round. They beat Foxborough pretty handily by 13 points. They were able to beat Westwood by 14 points. So, I mean, it's not like they've been lucky to get here. They've earned it. But Malcolm has a lot of respect for how Whitman-Hanson runs their offense. So he knew that defensively that his team had to be aggressive and, more importantly, aggressive getting loose balls.
Again, buries it for his 20th point of the game. 6 for 7 from three-point land is Abukar Aiden. Lead back to 8 for New Mission. Kelly couldn't squeeze that one
home. Like you said, live by the 3, you can die by the 3, but so far they're still alive because he's giving them an 8-point lead. Just saw Coach Forbes. I think he's trying to decide should they go back to that zone because that's going to kill some clock also, and we need clock. So it's a tricky situation when you're facing a sophomore player who's this hot from 3-point line.
Kelly 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Keeps it within 6, 5.5 minutes left to go on the floor. Salas inside the paint, drops it down to Marshall.
Marshall loves that baseline cut.
He does.
He's got at least 3 of his hoops that way, using those long arms to, because there's a lot of traffic in there, but he's able to get the ball.
8 assists now for Juan Salas.
Another backdoor play by Whitman-Hanson. That time they couldn't quite corral it for the shot. Nice steal by Dare.
3 from Aiden. That one doesn't fall. Marshall with a putback for New Mission.
Aiden was actually trying to find Marshall for a pass, but once he got covered, threw up the three, thinking Marshall could get the rebound, which he did.
Kelly scores off the window for Whitman-Hanson. Back to an 8-point game. Marshall up the up fake.
Good drive.
Scores again off the backboard.
He got called for a couple of traveling violations earlier in the game, but since then he settled himself down.
Extends the lead back to 10. Ben Rice, he's been quiet. Can't score off the backboard. Marshall going to take one from deep. Tries to save it, but he gets it straight to Levangie. Free ball off the back iron that time from Morgan. Now the 10-point lead, New Michigan can really take their time the rest of the way.
Right. I was just thinking the same thing. They're doing this travel again. What you just say? You could have heard us say take your time.
That's right.
You're pumped up, and he's played so well.
Right, and he scored so many drives on that type of fake and going back door. He just wanted to keep it going.
He's going to get subs just quickly. No, actually, Aiden's going to come out for defensive purposes, which makes sense. And he got Mayers this last 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, other than Salas, you've got some pretty good length on the floor now for New Michigan. Motto. Rice couldn't swing it to Kelly. That's going to stay with Whitman-Hanson. 13
There's the length you're talking about. Those long arms, activity, getting the ball knocked out of bounds. That'll be a slap. Defensive change. Well, like Malcolm Smith has gone to an aggressive defense here in the half court. Both teams will be shooting bonus the rest of the way.
Otto knocks down the first. Second. It's the lead down to single digits again, 64-56.
Full court pressure by Whitman-Hanson. Just brought in 3 players. It'll be 1-1 for McKinney.
Salas.
I'm sorry, Salas?
Wholesale substitutions for Whitman-Hanson, so Coach Rogers wants some fresh legs out.
Well, he was just, he brought those bench kids in just for that, try to get a steal. Instead, there's a foul, so 1-1.
This one is good for Salas. He now has 14 points for the Titans, and Hickman coming back in for New Michigan. Juan with a chance to extend it back to a 10-point lead here with just over 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Salas now 5 for 5 from the free throw line for New Michigan. Titans on top 66-56. Almost another steal for half court. Kelly all the way to the rim. Gets it to go for the Panthers.
One of the few mistakes that Hickman's made today. Didn't have to go for that steal, like you said, a half court. Allowed Kelly to get right to the rim.
Hickman got caught behind the backboard. That goes back to Whitman-Hanson.
Yeah, a little too quick for himself that time. Like you said, he actually angled himself behind the hoop.
Eight-point lead for the Titans. Whitman-Hanson got to get going here offensively. And another turnover by the Panthers. McKinney corner three, and he's whistled for stepping out of bounds.
.210, 8-point lead. Like you said, Whitman-Hanson got to get going. They got to find Rice. I mean, Rice has been quiet this fourth quarter. So it's going to be a bonus shooting situation.
Yeah, McKinney with the foul. When you got the lead, that's the last thing you want, because these free throws
stop the clock,
stops the clock, and they score. Right.
Yeah,
and they can set up any type of defense they want after the free throws.
This is what drives coaches crazy. Think you have control of the game, and you're watching your team just give opportunities back. So Aiden's going to come back, and McKinney's going to come out. McKinney just had a couple of sort of bad sequence, stepped out of bounds on an open three,
right.
And
they committed
had
a foul
up top for no reason.
So Stevie Kelly with a chance to cut down to 6 here with just over 2 minutes left. He does not finish the free throw. 7-point lead for the Titans. Under 2 minutes left to go. Salas. Inside to Marshall again, and Marshall is going to get 2 free throws.
He's been there all night, Patty. He runs the baseline from the weak side, and his teammates look for him with those long options. Watch him. He's going to come from the top of the screen. There he is, wide open. The only problem he's had, sometimes he can't catch it cleanly, which gives the defense a chance to get in there and swipe at it. And he's been really consistent with that move.
Substitution for Whitman-Hanson. Again, the wholesale offense-defense. All the score is now back in for the Panthers. Marshall misses both.
Big chance for Whitman-Hanson there.
Still a 3-possession game here with about 1:40 left to go. They're trying to get it to Morgan inside. That's a foul by New Mission.
Okay, so it's like you said, Pat, 2 free throws, clock is stopped. And then the wholesale substitution for defense is going to come in after the second shot, if he makes it.
Hits the first. New Mission with 10 team fouls, so Whitman-Hanson shooting 2 the rest of the way.
That's key. That's right. If there are any silly fouls or touch fouls, it's automatically 2 shots.
Morgan hits both. Down to a 5-point lead as Whitman-Hanson makes that defensive substitution. McKinney now coming back in for the Titans as a Hickman heads to the bench. Mission's got some of its better free throw shooters in there now, as Salas is going to have to go to the line and shoot a 1-1. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. On Salas, 15 points and 9 assists so far tonight.
We talked about him being one of their main scorers. Sort of quiet. We've been, focusing so much on Aiden with his 20 points, but 9 assists from Salas. That's just as big as his shooting.
hits the
What's that,
first.
6 for 6?
That's right. He's been money at the free throw line.
One shot. Everyone always says, the last couple minutes of the game, rebounds and free throws.
Salas hits the second.
7 for 7. Now Malcolm Smith took that timeout because he wants these guys to be all on the same page defensively. The way that Whitman-Hanson, they may not even go for 3 yet. They might just get an easy 2 as quickly as possible and jump back into that full court pressure. So I think Malcolm wants to get his kids, okay, be prepared for this. Be prepared for the fact that they may not go for a 3. They're going to obviously look for it if it's there, because they do have a little curl play they've had in the baseline, little pick, curl, but the length of the New Mission kids has taken that open look away. And Whitman-Hanson doesn't want to take a forced 3, because you miss that defensive rebound and you're really in trouble. If you get an open 3, you got to put it up, because it's only a 7-point game.
Right now, 9 team fouls for Whitman-Hanson, so their next foul, New
Both
Mission will be
teams,
shooting
2-2.
two free throws.
Double free throws, yeah.
If you're Coach Rogers, too, you got to be saying to yourself, okay, let's stop fouling Juan Salas, because
Well,
that's an automatic,
exactly.
too.
He's what, 7 for 7?
So they got to deny him
Well,
and then make somebody else shoot free throws.
Yeah, they did have, there were a couple of misses.
Yeah, Marshall missed
Marshall
two
missed
earlier.
a couple earlier in the quarter. There's going to be a drive to the basket. There's the pick. Looking for Rice.
Rice still looking for an opening now. Gets the ball stolen
Posted,
away by
posted
Dare.
back, yeah. Good job by Dare. Now just kill some clock. Oh, bad pass. Wow.
Inside to Rice for the easy bucket.
And Whitman-Hanson takes a timeout.
Cuts it down to 5 here with 1:12 left to go in the fourth.
One of the few bad plays for Aiden today. I mean, he should have just kept that ball.
There's another look at it.
Yeah, so that's sort of floated up there. And Rice in the right place.
Pass from Borgen.
So but down to the wire. You know, a couple of minutes ago, it was a 10-point game. And now you're talking about 5 points. And the way Coach Forbes for Rogers, rather, for Whitman-Hanson, the way he's using, like you mentioned, the fresh legs. He's going deep into his bench, because when those kids come out, they only have one job. We're either going to get a steal or we're going to foul. Now, like you said, the key is identifying who they want to foul on the Mission's team. And it's definitely not Salas.
Yeah,
you know,
I would say being
yeah,
7 for 7 from the stripe.
Yeah, you don't want to touch him.
That's not the guy. And they get it into him.
Yeah, Salas, he should keep this.
Juan picks up his dribble. Now he's got nowhere to go with it. Finds Aiden. And Coach Smith calls a timeout. So the Mission gets it over half court before the half court violation.
Yeah, I wonder if he has any left after this. Well, I think, all right. Knowing Malcolm Smith, pretty sure he's going to put Dare on the block. He's going to have probably a 2-man game with either Salas or Aiden and Dare. The rest of the guys come over to the weak side.
New Mission Titans lost to Tech Boston in the city championship a couple of weeks ago. But since then, of course, you got to win a couple of games to get here. And New Mission was able to
good job. Like I said earlier,
a streak a little bit.
Beat Foxborough by 13, and they bounced back and beat Westwood by 14.
Now Westwood was technically the 4 seed in this bracket, New Mission the 5, so a couple of big wins there for the Titans to get here. As we mentioned before, Whitman-Hanson defeating the number 1 seed, Randolph. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Tech Boston Bears are the 2 seed. They'll be playing Scituate after this game.
Yeah, they beat Silver Lake easily by 30. Then they won against Hingham. That was a 15-point game.
Out of the timeout, Aiden. Found some space over to Salas. And a turnover there by New Mission. That goes out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Whitman-Hanson. So huge turnover there by New Mission.
That was that defensive scrappy team. That's all they're outfield for. Get a deflection, get a steal.
We got a foul on the Titans. So Levangi's going to go to the free throw line. Dare commits just his third personal foul. He hadn't committed a foul since the first quarter. So Levangi, the sophomore, now at the free throw line, shooting 2 for the Panthers.
Okay, so McKinney comes out.
Alan Paisley
comes back in.
Excuse me.
Get a little more speed on the floor so they can, because they're going against a full court press again after this free throw.
Vanjie hits both. 3-point ball game, 52 seconds left to go. Now if you're the Titans, you gotta try to wind the clock down, then get a basket. Here, almost gets it stolen away. Borgen going after the steal. Very, very lucky that that's going to stay with the Titans.
Shot clock showing 8 seconds. 1 possession game, a 3-point game with New Michigan White with the lead.
They get it into Dare. Saquon with his eyes on the rim. Gets it blocked inside. Marshall inside. Gets his shot blocked. And that's going to be a foul on New Mission by Juan Salas.
2 opportunities for New Mission to get offensive putbacks and 2 block shots by Whitman-Hanson.
Let's get another look at it.
That's a clean block there. There you see Marshall. Clean block again. Good D by Whitman-Hanson.
So Borgen now at the free throw line shooting 2 for the Panthers. It's the first.
Down to a 2-point game, 21 seconds to go.
Borgen misses the second, but Whitman-Hanson almost came up with a loose ball. Now it's New Mission with it, 15 seconds left to go. Salas lost it on the way up. Whitman-Hanson now with a chance.
Timeout.
And Coach Rogers calls a timeout. 10.2 seconds left on the clock. Whitman-Hanson down by 2. And just a sophomore mistake.
I'll tell you,
sophomore mistake that time by Juan Salas. You know, he could have just pulled up, held on to the ball.
Made them foul him.
They would have had to foul him. He's 7 for 7 from the free throw line. If that happens, he probably hits both, and it's a 4-point game.
He's made them all night. But like you said, good description pass. Sophomore mistake. A little excited. It's frantic time of the game.
Well, if the Titans go on to win this game, this is going to be a huge teaching moment
and
doubt. Learning
in a lot
moment
of ways
for a lot of these young New Mission players like Salas and
on both ends of the court.
That's right. Meanwhile, for Whitman-Hanson, another possibility of pulling off another upset. They beat Randolph in the quarterfinals.
Number 1 seed.
Number 1 seed just a couple of days ago. Now with a chance is ASC coach Bob Rogers.
This is his favorite play. Down. They only need a 2-pointer to tie it up. But this is whatever their favorite play is, which you have to assume includes Ben Rice. This is what they're going to go to. So stack right at half court. So someone's going to cut to the basket, and ball handler's going to cut back to the backcourt. There's Rice. A little bit of a weave.
They get it into Borgen. 7 seconds left to go. Rice with an open three. Short with it. Levangie puts it back up and in to tie the ball game.
Looking at overtime.
We're heading to OT here at Taunton. My goodness.
Actually, they were going for the wing pack. They had Rice shooting a deep three.
Yeah, Rice had a pretty good look at it too. Not sure if Dare was able to tip the shot at all because it was short from Rice. But a heck of a play there from the sophomore Levangie.
Wow. He's had a huge game the entire time. He got them off to a good start. But he had 11 points at halftime. He's played well consistently all the way through. Now watch, that's a deep three. Oh, good smart play by Levangie. He read the play. Saw that the ball was going to be short.
Yeah, I think Dare actually tipped the ball. The rotation on the ball started to go sideways a little bit.
That's probably what made it short.
I think Dare did a nice job tipping that shot. But a heck of a play by the sophomore Levangie. Here's another look. Oh no, he didn't tip it. He didn't tip it. Just a short shot from
just
Rice.
got there in the right spot.
Boy, what a play by the sophomore.
And now you talk about the emotion. Obviously, Whitman-Hanson's feeling great coming back from a 10-point deficit here in the fourth quarter. You got to wonder, you got to hope that the new mission kids can just stay with their game. Move 4 minutes. 4 minutes to move on to the sectional championship.
We mentioned how New Mission defeated Whitman-Hanson back in 2016 at the state semifinals. Back at the TD Garden. A lot of different players this time around. But the Panthers certainly with the revenge factor on their minds. The Titans control the opening tap. We're underway here in overtime. 4 minutes for the extra frame. Tied up at 68.
Going to Dare. There you go.
Quan double teamed in the corner. Aiden lost it out of bounds. That's going to go back to Whitman-Hanson.
Straight man-to-man, trying to pressure the ball.
Levangie for three, short with that one. Rebound to Marshall.
Great man-to-man for both teams.
Alan Paisley back to Dare. Back to Salas, open three. Dare with the offensive rebound. Dare trying to muscle his way in. And Saquon's whistle for the offensive foul.
That's what you had to be afraid of if you're a New Mission. 2 of his 4 fouls have been offensive fouls.
One more, he's disqualified, so Saquon's got to be careful here with 2:40 left to go. Motto. I'm going to say it went off of Aiden's foot.
Very intense for both teams now.
Kelly, no good on the runner. Levangie. That's tapped out of bounds. I thought they would have called Levangie for over the back.
Yeah, they both jumped for it, and like you said, Levangie was behind.
10 seconds left on the shot clock. Kelly having a hard time getting it in. Oregon gets the first basket of overtime.
He knew Dare was on him, so Dare couldn't be too aggressive, so he had to go right to the basket.
Paisley back to Salas off the up fake. Salas nowhere to go, gets fouled inside.
Good aggressive move by Salas, but like you said, nowhere to go. Nice double team on the baseline. There's double team right there. Actually, if they just kept their hands up, wouldn't have been a foul. But he's made his free throws tonight.
Salas hits the first.
Really nice stroke. I mean, really under control.
He'll have one more to try to tie it up.
Uses his legs.
Salas buries the second, ties it up at 70 here with 2:02 left in overtime.
Okay, Hickman's going to come back in for Aiden, the defense.
And Alan Paisley guarding Stevie Kelly.
The 5 seconds, close to it.
Amato jacking up the shot, tries to save it, but it's going to go back to New Mission. Corner three for the Titans is good. Alan Paisley gives New Mission the 3-point lead.
Big three-pointer from the corner.
First field goal tonight for Alan Paisley. Stevie Kelly trying to go all the way in. Marshall with the rebound.
Winding down to a minute.
And now it's Alan Paisley getting fouled in the backcourt. He's going to get 2 free throws for the Titans to try to extend this 3-point lead here with 1:04 left to go in overtime.
And the bonus shooting carries over from the fourth quarter. The overtime is just considered an extension of the fourth quarter.
Paisley knocks down the first. Two for 2 from the stripe is Alan Paisley, so it's a 5-point lead for New Mission. 1 minute left in overtime.
You got to give Malcolm Smith and his players a lot of credit because you know you're deflated after you give up the tying score with no time on the clock. Smith trying to
Rice gets tied up.
Rice trying to force some action there. Good job double teaming him. Let's see if he called a timeout or a held ball.
Possession's going to stay with Whitman-Hanson here with 47.9 seconds left to go. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Try to get it inside to Rice. It's stolen away.
Good job defensively.
Now New Mission to just hang on. And
timeout.
Coach Smith calls a timeout here with 39.5 seconds left to go.
Give New Mission some credit defensively. They've actually stopped Whitman-Hanson. Whitman-Hanson scored the first 2 points of the overtime, and they haven't scored since. So it's a 5-point lead. You got New Mission has the ball. They bring Aiden back in. And at this point, the question was, okay, when the overtime started, all right, what's the emotional sense of New Mission? They showed after they gave up the first hoop in the first minute of the 4 minutes. Since then, they played solid defense, made 2 free throws, made that huge 3. 5-point lead. They're in control.
Yeah, as much as the end of the fourth quarter was sort of helter-skelter for this Titans team, they really recovered well, like you're mentioning. And this, as we said before, is something that a lot of these young New Mission Titans, there's a few seniors on this team. I mean, McKinney, Marshall, and Dare are all seniors, but the rest of these guys, Aiden, Salas,
they'll all be back. Yeah.
Hickman, they're all sophomores. So you get a lot of Alan Paisley. Jaheed has had a nice couple of minutes here in overtime. You got a lot of
players coming back. Like you said,
young
it's a good
guys
point about learning at this kind of stage.
get it into Marshall.
Yeah,
Now
foul.
it's Alan
Double.
Paisley. And that's a kick ball by Whitman-Hanson, and that is a big play there because that resets the shot clock. Whitman-Hanson's got a foul right away now. Once they get the steal off the inbound. Get it into Marshall. He tries to get it into Dare, and Saquon's going to get 2 free throws. Saquon 1 for 2 from the free throw line this evening. Dare hits the first, extends the lead to 6. The mission 14 for 18 from the free throw line tonight. Dare hits both.
Lunch.
Second free throw was huge. Now it's a 3-possession game with 30 seconds left. Kelly with his eyes on the rim, poked away.
Good job by
beautifully.
Salas. Wow.
By New Mission. And it's Shaheed Allen Paisley getting fouled. He's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Defense. You talk about defense in a key spot. You're going into a 4-minute overtime in a game that you felt like you had full control over, a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. Hey, you talk about erasing and starting over again. That's exactly what New Mission's done. They've outscored
9-2.
Handsome 9-2 in this year.
Yeah, the Panthers got that first basket of overtime,
That's
then it's a
it.
9-0 run for New Mission.
And what you've got to like if you're on that New Mission sideline, it's mostly been free throws.
One shot, guys. One. Alan Paisley knocks down both. Hanson's going to have to try to fire up a 3 really quick. That doesn't happen. So the New Mission Titans are going to be moving on here in the 2019 MIAA State Tournament. They defeat Whitman-Hanson 79-70. We got a whistle before the end of the game. Still 1 second left on the clock.
There must be a 10-second violation.
1 second remaining on the clock.
So the Titans take down the Whitman-Hanson Panthers 79-70 here at Taunton High School in the boys Division II South Sectional semifinals. Titans will be playing in the sectional finals on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon rather, here at Taunton High. And like you mentioned, Alan, heck of a win here tonight against a team that's been to the postseason a few times before. This is New Mission's, I believe, 4th state tournament game in the last 2 years. So not a ton of experience for all these guys in the state tournament. This has really been their toughest game so far in the tournament, and this is probably going to help them down the road as much as it helps them tonight.
No doubt about that. I mean, I like your point about talking about next season, all these sophomores and juniors. All the playing time they're getting, all the important minutes, the important plays they're making, and the mistakes that they can learn from. But
That's right.
Overall, I was overly impressed with the defense in the overtime. That was amazing. You're talking about a team that, like I said, emotionally you get fragile when all this is going on. You think you have the game won, up 10 with, I think there was 6 minutes to go and they're up 10. Whitman-Hanson comes all the way back with the help of some mistakes by New Mission, but you bounce back from those mistakes You give up the first hoop in overtime, but from then on, you shut them out. That's an amazing way to win a semifinal game.
No question. Really great job there in overtime, especially like you mentioned for the New Mission Titans. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our Game of the Week MVP, our game-winning coach, and our final stats here from Taunton High right after these words. Don't go away.
Foster safety. Foster hope. Foster joy. Foster curiosity. Foster support. Become a foster parent, because every parent makes a difference. Foster, Massachusetts.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Welcome back to Taunton High School. At the conclusion of the boys South Division II sectional semifinals, the New Mission Titans take down Whitman-Hanson 79-70. And there's a lot of guys that we probably could have given the MVP to. A lot of guys did a lot of different things, but the guy who probably made the biggest impact on this game was Abubakar Aiden, man. I mean, so good.
Coming in with the 4 threes in the first half.
That's right.
Changed the entire game.
No
so
question.
you're right.
Had some really good assists.
Everyone loves 3-pointers anyway.
Right. Everybody loves to see that. Abubakar is our MVP tonight. He and Coach Smith are with our sideline reporter, Leverett Ball. Leverett, take it away.
Thanks, guys. So, wow, what a game. First of all, Abubakar, obviously Whitman-Hanson battled back at the end there. You guys able to pull it off in overtime. How do you guys just keep your composure as a team?
We know that we was better than them, so we just had to try to handle the ball, get the ball in every time. They forced us to do a lot of turnovers, but we battled. Jaheed hit a clutch 3, made a lot of free throws for us to close the game out.
And I know, you had a few steals. You're all over the court. How helpful was that?
Coaches emphasize defense all the time. They tell me that if you don't play defense, I'm not going to put you in the game. So I try to do whatever I can to get in the game.
And how are you guys just going to build off this win moving forward in the postseason?
We're just going to take over the momentum that we have right now, try to beat the defending champs, Boston. We're going to do all we can to beat them.
All right, well, hey, great job tonight. I asked you a couple questions for Coach. Thank you. So, Coach, I spoke with you at halftime. You talked about how your team needed to step it up. What did they do down the stretch to pull off this win?
Well, they almost choked it away, including myself. I'll tell you that for us. But what they did is that we talked in the locker room about having some heart and playing a lot harder. Like I told you in the first half, a lot of the 50-50 balls and everything we weren't getting. And the thing was, the fact is, I told them, man, you got 16 minutes left, okay? If you leave everything, you got to leave everything in that floor, because after this, it's gone forever. I just told them, you got to play. You got to play. I was a little bit passive in the first half, slowing down the offense. But at this point right now, we got to do what we got to do. So I said, we got to play our ball. I'm not going to sit here and adjust to anybody else. And if we slow the game down, it's terrible, because we're not that good offensively, everything else. But the main thing I told him, in fact, is that if we don't rebound, we don't win. And you saw what happened going into overtime. We didn't rebound, and we almost didn't win.
And, you know, obviously Whitman-Hanson got on a little run, you know, at the very end of the game, but then you dominated through most of overtime. Did you make any adjustments, or was it just a matter of executing?
Well, no, I mean, we made an adjustment as in terms of the defensive. You know what I mean? I was hearing it from the crowd in the background. Somebody told me put number 14 on number 10. I turned to my assistant. I said, you know what? He's absolutely right. So we made that adjustment right there. But more than anything else is that the fact is that you start full court pressing these type of teams and everything else like that, they'll pick you apart. You know what I mean? So my whole thing was like, the fact is that, you know what? The best way is man-to-man pressure. And I think we did a good job of wearing them down.
Well, Coach, congrats on the win. Best of luck moving forward in the postseason.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be, well, I mean, I got a nightmare of a matchup, you know what I mean, with either team, Situate or Tech Boston. You know, Tech Boston beat us a combined 66 points in 2 games. We scrimmaged Situate earlier. They did a number on us also. But, you know, we're going to take this in time, man. I got to get back to my kids up. Those are my babies up in that locker room, so we're going to celebrate, man.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks very much, Leverett, and certainly very happy. Coach Smith, normally not always like that during an interview, but he certainly did a great job down the stretch, and so did his kids there in overtime. Let's take a look at the final stats here from this one before we sign off from this game. There's Whitman-Hanson.
Yeah, Whitman-Hanson, Levangie was their outstanding player for the game. 19 points. Of course, that huge putback to put the game into overtime. Kelly was 17 points. Rebounds, Rice ended up with 6. Levangie had 3 assists. Kelly had 5, and Lewis ended up with 3 assists for Whitman-Hanson. The new mission
stat.
Our outstanding player, Aiden, most of that 20 points was in the first half when he came in bombing from deep three-point lands. Salas added 19. Most importantly, the free throws that Salas made during the course of the game. Dale with 8 rebounds, Marshall with 8 rebounds also, Salas also with 9 assists, and Aiden had 4 assists to go along with all of his three-point shooting for New Mission.
So certainly a fantastic win tonight for the New Mission Titans as they take down Whitman-Hanson here in the South Sectional Semifinals. You're going to want to watch this game again. That was an overtime game. You can go to our website, www.cityofboston.gov/game of the week. A lot of good stuff up there. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/game of the week Boston. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. One game down here at Taunton, one more to go, but for right now, we're going to say so long from Taunton High School right now. We'll be back next time here on Game of the Week. We'll take care, everybody.